Hey everybody, welcome to a new edition of Johnny Vlogs. I'm John Lorden, and today's episode is brought to you by JL Sosa, new Patreon supporter. Thank you so much, JL. I really appreciate each and every one of my Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. It just helps me keep doing what I want to do with my life, and that's sit here and talk to you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate it. And today I want to talk about, it's kind of a split topic thing. First of all, I just want to talk about grief a little bit, and then I want to talk about fireworks. I know, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Grief and fireworks. So it's been about 5 days now since we lost our beloved Molly, and making the video that I did last Friday really helped me process things. It was extremely hard to do, but it was great to go through all the old pictures. I had to go through a lot of old pictures to find all those great shots of her, and that helped my memory really start reaching back and looking for those good, happy memories. And I found that through the grieving process, which I'm definitely not done with yet, but I did find that there was kind of this oscillation between, you think of that last day with her and how you might have been able to change things or do things differently, and then you have all these wonderful memories, and you kind of make a little mini choice every time that comes up of, am I going to let myself kind of go into the darkness of this situation, or am I going to pull myself back out and remember the good times and remember all those happy memories? And that choice gets easier to make as the days go on. Basically, it's easier to not dwell on one extremely tough day that wound up in losing Molly, when you have 18 years of just great memories with her. So, and it's a really weird thing, because this weekend we were very fortunate that our friends were out of town. I know, once again, sounds weird, John. But we were really fortunate they were out of town, because they just got 2 new kitties, and we had to go and cat sit. And this has been lined up for weeks. We knew that this was going to be the case, but just the timing, when you look at events like this, it starts making you think twice about, is everything truly random, or are these things happening for a reason? Because we had to go over and visit those cats a couple of hours each day, and that started pretty much the day we lost Molly. So it's, once again, just another tool that was kind of helping me cope when you see these young little bouncy lives, and it just reminds you of all the great time that you had with her, all the great time that these young cats are going to have in their life, and that small price we pay at the end isn't really so bad, and but outside of all that, what really shocked me, which I know I tapped on a little bit yesterday, was honestly you guys. And I recognized a few things in going through this. First of all, it just really reaffirmed for me how important you guys were to me, because when I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do a brain scratch, I had this impulse where it was like, I have to do something. I have to let everyone know what's going on. I have to, even if it was going to be just a 5-minute video, I had to get myself back in front of the camera and communicate with you guys and open up to you guys a little bit about what was going on. Now, I didn't know that was going to turn into 15 or 18 minutes of me talking about what I was going through, and then having a 2.5-minute montage of pictures of her at the end. But that, just having that structure, knowing that all of you were out there, and that I wanted to get something to you guys, my friends, out to let you know what was going on. And I never expected the response that I got from that. Just in terms of views, but mostly it's in the comments. And I really loved all the stories that were shared in the comments. Once again, it's a place where we're all connecting. It's a place where we all meet up. Most of us have been through losing a pet that we love very much. And it kind of helped. It was really nice to read all these stories about the pets that you guys love and some of the trials and tribulations and happy memories that you had with them. I heard some hilarious names out there. I won't forget Mr. Tacalito or Flank Steak ever. And that's kind of a beautiful thing in itself. You know, Molly has now been exposed to many more people, and in return, I got exposed into your guys' pet lives a little bit, and now I have some nice new memories from it. It just, man, it was like, I just want to say, like the magic of YouTube. I never expected that this relationship that I'm developing with you guys would work like that in that way, and really help me patch up some pretty big cracks in my heart. So thank you, thank you, thank you. My wife actually wants to thank you guys as well. She's not a camera person. She doesn't like getting in front of here to do it, but she did tell me specifically to let you guys know how much she appreciated it. She was checking on comments all throughout the weekend, smiling at funny names and cute stories from you guys. Thank you for sharing the Rainbow Bridge story too. That was just very sweet. There was a lot of great poetry and thoughts and prayers going on in there, and something very special. One commenter in particular talked about making a donation in Molly's honor, and that really, really touched me. So literally before I fired up the camera right here, I went to a local shelter here in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area, went to their website, and they had a place where you could sponsor animals that are basically being fostered either at their location or with foster families, but they're dealing with pretty bad medical issues. So they have a great program. It works just like Patreon. You can set it up to do one-time donation, or you can set it up to do a schedule of donations. And basically, if you donate $60 a year to that one particular pet, you make sure that they get what they need to have a good, comfortable life. So in a way, we found a new little member, a virtual member of our now virtualized cat family, named Jack Benny, and we just picked him because some of the issues that he's struggling with were issues that we think were affecting Molly also, and they seem to share eyes. They just have very similar eye color. So in Molly's memory, my wife and I are now contributing regularly. I set it up for an annual payment to, I believe it's felinerescue.org if I remember correctly, but double check in the description box below because I'm going to have a link there so you can check it out for yourself. And I know something that came up a bit in the comments are, Molly has now left a space, not just in your hearts, but also in your home, and is that going to get filled again? And I'm certain it's going to get filled again, but we're going to give it some time. Basically, Gary and Shelby's relationship I think is going to be a little bit different now because Molly was kind of an intermediary between the two of them. It's weird because Gary really treated Molly like a sister, but Shelby treated Molly kind of more like a mother. So now Gary and Shelby are starting to spend a lot more time together. Gary occasionally will get in these cycles where he's walking around the house, kind of going to Molly's regular locations. I'm pretty sure he's looking for her. We're trying to help him with that. He's talking a lot more, which is kind of a good thing in one way, because he used to be a talker when he was very young, and he kind of lost that when he had a pretty bad medical issue a few years ago. But it seems to be coming back now, and it's, in one way it warms my heart because it's great to hear his voice, but in another way I'm pretty sure he's whining that he can't find Molly and doesn't know where she's at. So changes are going on around here, but once we feel like their relationship has kind of reestablished and we feel like they're ready for it, we will certainly be bringing a third cat into the home. And I know it's not going to replace Molly. I know it's not going to be the same as Molly, but I think we are going to go with a female just to get that mix back. There's just something that while we've been babysitting the kitties this weekend, they have a boy and a girl. There's just something very sweet about the female's nature that reminds me of Molly. So I'm hoping that if nothing else, we can get some of that kind of female sweetness back into the family here. Because right now we got two rambunctious boys. So that's it about cats for now. I don't know if I'll talk about it much more on the channel. It kind of depends on you guys, but if nothing else, thank you. It really just, it means the world to me and my wife to know all of you out there, to know your stories. And it's just another affirmation for me about this YouTube thing and how special it is to me and to my family. So none of this would be working without you guys there. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So on to the second half, and I know we're already running pretty long, so I'll try to make this kind of short, but my inner child got to come to life yesterday. This is being filmed on the 5th of July. On the 4th of July, because out here in Minnesota, you can buy fireworks. What? It sounded so foreign, and it felt weird to me because in California, I don't think we've been able to do that for a few decades now. It has been a long time since I've been able to light off some fireworks in the driveway. And I got to do it yesterday, and it felt great. Well, at first it felt like I was doing something wrong. I'm just so conditioned to, oh, we're not supposed to have these, we're not supposed to have these. But they sell them like literally in Target. They sell fireworks out here. Those are kind of smaller sets, much safer sets. But if you drive by shopping centers, you'll see tents set up, just like I remember. Used to happen back in California. These kind of temporary structures pop up. Fireworks for sale, buy one, get another one for 99 cents. So we went and spent some money, bought a bunch of fireworks, went to some other friends that we have out here. I went to their house yesterday and had a really, really nice time. And once again, just that's part of the weirdness of these past 5 days for me. It's very bittersweet. There are some of the hardest memories that I've had to deal with in a very long time in this past weekend, but there's also some great memories that kind of came out of it. And I don't really remember points in my life where I would be able to appreciate those great memories when I was going through something bad. I remember when I was younger, if I was dealing with something bad, it's like it colored everything bad, and I would just be kind of stuck in that. And if nothing else, I just feel kind of good that on a personal development level that I've got to this place now where, you know, if there's a dark cloud that's hanging over my head, that doesn't mean that the whole world is, you know, in rain. It's been really interesting this weekend to have so many great memories pop up in the middle of all this. But fireworks were definitely part of that. So I just loved it. I had a great time out here playing with fireworks again. It didn't feel dangerous. These are what were called Minnesota safe fireworks. You know, primarily it's the kind that are little things that you set off on the ground and they just shoot a fountain. It was fun to play with sparklers again. It was fun to play with those kind of rainbow spinners where you light them and you throw them and they spin around and change different colors. It was great, and what was really fun was there was a couple of children at the party that we were at yesterday, and when you get to experience something like fireworks through the eyes of kids, it just kind of adds to it. I mean, they were just having a blast, and you know, the little fireworks really didn't matter to them. It was just them seeing these sparks shooting everywhere. That was enough for them. Now, what was really cool is when we got home last night, the neighborhood was going off. I mean, there was our neighbors were doing all kinds of fireworks. I don't know if those were totally Minnesota legal, and there was definitely some around the neighborhood that weren't, because they were shooting in the air and they were like fireworks you'd see at a ballpark or something like that. So people are definitely driving to neighboring states, I think, and buying different types of fireworks. But you know, it all looked pretty fun to me, and it was nice to just stand outside and kind of watch all this going on all around you, and come back inside and you just hear it. I mean, just popping and crackling, and just so many great memories. Really kind of took me back to being a kid. So I loved it. Wanted to share that with all of you. It's just a benefit, kind of a big benefit for me, because I really love the 4th of July. I really love playing with fireworks. So leaving California, coming to Minnesota, I'm free to enjoy fireworks again. So tell me about where you live in the comments below. Are you allowed to play with fireworks? Do you even care? That's what the comments are for. I'm looking forward to reading up on that. Once again, I just want to let you guys know how special you are to me. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I hope you have an amazing week. And I'm back to work. I'm going to keep making videos for you guys. We're going to keep talking. We're going to keep looking into mysteries. And we're going to move forward. Can't do it without you. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time on the Geek and Dorks channel.